Hi, my name is Luann Blake, and today I'm going to be giving an informative speech on some sports scandals. So that goes anywhere from the football field to the baseball field with the use of performance-enhancing drugs, to the soccer field with Armando Maradona, Lance Armstrong, who was a famous cyclist, and we're even going to touch on some youth sports that have been involved in some of the most famous sports scandals that many people don't hear about, though. So a little bit of background on me. I'm a huge sports fan. As you can tell, I got to support the Orioles today as it was their opening day. So love the hometown sports, also the Ravens, Maryland Terps. In my house on Sundays, we always watched football. So that was one thing we always looked forward to, which is why I've decided to open up with the football scandals. So my first scandal is going to be the New England Patriots Deflategate. So in 2014-2015 season, in the AFC Championship game, they were caught using deflated footballs. So that led to a 4-game suspension of quarterback Tom Brady. They also did lose some draft picks. It's very interesting. They never really admitted to it. However, they did get caught. We're going to talk about the New Orleans Saints. So this is a little less common. 2009 to 2011, they were caught having bounties. So they were intentionally knocking players out of the game. This was a huge time when player safety was under investigation as they were looking into new equipment. So the head coach and defensive coordinator were suspended for the entire 2012 season. And lastly, to touch up on football, the Dallas Cowboys, they had a house that they rented and were selling illicit drugs out of. That led to the suspension in 2012 of their wide receiver. So a little different with the baseball. Many players have been caught using performance-enhancing drugs. So they're also known as PEDs. So to open that up, we're going to talk about Barry Bonds, who in 2011 finally admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs, although he said he was unaware that is what he was taking. Ironically, he holds the lead for 762 home runs, which he never got stripped of, but probably should have when he got caught using the performance-enhancing drugs. 14-time All-Star Alex Rodriguez was suspended for the entire 2014 season after being caught using performance-enhancing drugs. He then later said he feels it cost him his spot in the Hall of Fame and maybe even other awards that he possibly could have been up for. And that sadly leads us to Baltimore's very own Chris Davis, our first baseman. He was caught using Adderall, which ironically 119 other players admit to using later. It is also used as an ADHD medication, which he could have been using it for, but at the time when he admitted to using it, it was banned in the MLB. So this is gonna lead us into some individual athletes. So more uncommonly not known, Armando Maradona, who is a soccer player, was playing and he scored the game-winning goal with his fist. So the score was 2-1. He said he had the hand of God helping him. The goal was not taken back because it was not seen at the time, but later under review, they noticed it, but it was too late. And then many of you know Lance Armstrong in 2013 admitted to using banned substances. He was a 7-time Tour de France title holder from 1999 to 2015. He was later stripped of many of his titles. Again, all these performance-enhancing drugs seem to lead to suspension, they're being stripped of their titles. It's not doing anything good for the athlete later in the years. So this is lastly going to lead us into the youth sports. So the 1992 Little League World Series, the championship game was played against the Philippines and Taiwan. Once the Philippines found out that they were playing Taiwan, they had entered overage players. So the players were not eligible to play. They were not even signed up. Once they got caught, they were stripped of their championship title. So the players were being punished for the coach's actions, which is very unfair, but the players could not control what had happened. The Michigan State gymnastic doctor was fired after sex scandals had went around. Over 250 women confessed to being involved with him and felt that they needed to be heard. So as you can tell with all these sports scandals, they're very widely known. Many people know of the Deflategate. Many people know of baseball players using performance-enhancing drugs, while you have the youth athletes who are not very popular. They are the next generation at this point, but they're being punished for their coaches' actions, or some of these gymnasts even quit the team because they were uncomfortable. So again, they're being punished for something they have no control over. I hope you enjoyed my speech, and I hope you learned a lot. Thank you.